our GPS says one thing and our map says something else. We're looking for Bumpered Hill?
I've never heard of it.
Are you Sarah Atwood?
How would you know?
I think that there's a lesson in this, which is like, the next time somebody asks you for directions, you just leave.
Yeah. He ain't serving me no papers.
If somebody says, like, aren't you Denham Richards, you say, who is that?
Yeah. Sarah?
I gotta say, after arranging for John Dutton's death, I really thought of Sarah as the big bad, as the sort of monster at the end of the story. And for her to be killed by the same people that she hired to kill John really shuffles the deck all over again.
I think that she overplayed the hand. I think that she thought that she could just pick up a phone and it was going to happen. I don't know that she ever factored in the fact that this could come back on her.
The number you have reached is no longer in service.
I think whenever you pay that amount of money to get something like this done, you probably think, I'm safe, I'm good.
Right.
And it probably never occurred to her that she could be on the receiving end of it.
Because that seems really unfair.
You know how much it cost? Did they say how much like the hit was?
A hit costs anywhere from 20 to 100 grand. Depends geographically,
That
depends
seems
on where you are.
a little on the low side to me.
I mean, that's a $40, $50 million hit right there.
She, as smart and cunning as she is and everything she's accomplished, can get taken out. Anything can be taken at any moment, and no one's safe.
You wonder, yeah, are they coming? And Jamie probably wonders,
Yeah,
like, am I
what's
next? Like, are they on their way to me?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
You know, the terror that he must be going through when he hears the shots on the phone.
Oh.
I mean, that was his, whatever kind of weird love he had for her, that was something tangible, and now.
Yeah, it does feel like that was Jamie's last point of contact, Jamie's last ally. He gave everything up.
And it's terrifying too, because they're also unknown. Like, who are these people? You don't know an entity, you can't fight against it. They're sort of faceless.
Yeah, wow. I mean, I would never recommend that anybody hire contract killers at any level of professionalism. I feel like talk it out. It's cheaper, and it has less disastrous consequences. If you're thinking about hiring somebody to kill somebody else, no! Don't do it.
Dispatch, I have shots fired at the governor's residence. Send additional units and EMS.
10-416 Alpha, additional units and EMS dispatching your location. Can you identify the victim?
Victim is John Dutton.
I found it shocking to see the death of John. And he's just gone. It hurts.
I think if we thought that something like that was gonna happen, that there was like this war, this battle that would have taken place in order to get there. And I think it's insane to be looking at it and be like, dude, he was just sleeping. And then that's it. It just happened so quick.
Having watched 1883, having watched 1923, having watched generations of this family come back from the brink of ruin, it's really, really painful to watch it happen with such unemotional, sterile, just proficiency.
Methodical, yeah, it's very methodical.
It's been such a man of so much feeling and love and care and commitment and honor. Just like, yeah, it's really,
cold.
it's rough.
Yeah, it's cold.
Yeah.
If you were investigating this as a homicide, what would you be looking for?
Casey's a soldier. Like, he has seen every terrible situation. And it feels like in this episode, he has to kind of put on that filter and try to be as methodical and unemotional as these killers were to diagnose exactly what happened so that then he can turn his emotions back on and take revenge.
There's bruising along the neckline here. I don't know how to list the cause of death as a homicide, but I can list it as undetermined, which will help keep an investigation open.
For as long as everybody thought it was a suicide, everyone could just kind of mourn the death. Now it means that there's gonna be some type of an investigation.
Yeah, now they have actually like a direction to go. If it was a suicide, there's nothing to do but grieve. Now, if it was a murder, there's a mystery to solve, there's revenge to be taken, there's a sort of course to chart. And for all of these, I mean, it's impossible to imagine these characters ever relenting.
He's my next stop.
No, he's mine.
I just gotta see.
Casey, you leave him to me, you understand me?
They're such bloodhounds. Rip is such a bloodhound. Beth is such a bloodhound.
I agree. I think that switch accelerates every character's motive, and it gets them going at full speed towards their goal. The acceleration just ramps up.
100%. Yeah, I think speaking of bloodhounds, they should just call Scooby-Doo.
They should just call it Scooby-Doo.
They'd have this thing solved in like in
We
26
would have
minutes.
got away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
And they would have pulled off the mask, and it'd be like, is it
Fred?
It was Fred the whole time.
Look, Jamie, I admired your father, but I do not share his philosophy on what is best for Montana.
Well, neither do I.
Meet in my office after this?
Happy to.
In this episode, we see Jamie continue to sort of pivot and wriggle and squirm around, trying to secure his position as Market Equity's best pawn.
Why doesn't the state take control of the land through eminent domain?
Are you willing to have the state pay fair market value?
Wait a minute. You stood before me and fought against eminent domain.
It feels like he's trying to prove that he's still useful to Market Equities, particularly in a context where he knows what Market Equities is willing to do to its enemies.
Find a way to ruin this family, Ellis.
I think this is checkmate, Caroline.
There is no such thing.
So it seems to me like at this point, Jamie is really fully in self-preservation mode.
Sure, he could just be scared that he could be next, because he doesn't really have a purpose left without
Yeah,
John living.
there's
There's
nothing to
no
chase.
reason to continue his life's work,
Anything,
and so
yeah.
what's the point? But to just keep himself alive, I suppose.
I also order the Attorney General to recuse himself from the matter of condemnation as well as any investigation or potential prosecution into the death of Governor Dutton for obvious reasons.
I think that when we see the new interim governor take Jamie off of his perch and with the recusal, I think that that puts him in a position of sort of uselessness, because he's got all of these things in play and he's planned on how it's all going to work itself out. And then when he loses his power position, he can't affect the final outcome.
If he's recused from every aspect of this,
You have no use.
No value.
he has no value, and
Yeah.
that's a very dangerous
And you have
position to be in.
you have nobody support system from your family.
I will be the last thing on this planet your rotten fucking eyes will ever see.
And the person that you were going to be with is no longer exists. You've literally isolated yourself and you've banked all of it on a corporation and believing that somehow this was gonna be your golden opportunity, and now you have no value to anybody.
Thank you.
So over the seasons, the Duttons have had many enemies who think they can bring down the Duttons and their legacy. We're gonna play a game called Guess the Threat. So we're gonna read some quotes, a little trivia, figure out which of the Duttons' many enemies the quote came from. And you at home, please play along with us.
I want you to give John Dutton a message for me.
That's
Options,
Danny
but please.
Houston.
Who is it?
Wrong. It is Boots was the actor's name. The character's name is Wade.
Yeah, it's Wade.
I want you to give John Dutton a message for me.
And what is his son's name? Folks at home? Clint.
That's right.
Oh my God. Look at me.
Okay.
It's like I don't have anything else to do.
1-0.
Somebody read the script.
A big dog is off the porch now, Beth, and I will tear you to fucking pieces.
Danny Houston.
No, that is the older businesswoman who came in, and the character's name is Caroline.
Correct.
The big dog is off the porch now, Beth, and I will tear you to fucking pieces.
I'll fucking shoot you. I'm gonna give you some multiple choice options.
That's Danny Houston.
That can't always be Danny Houston.
I have just as much right to be here as you, as Rainwater, as anybody else.
The options are A, Garrett, so that's Jamie's biological father.
Thank you.
B, Mo. Mo brings plenty. Sometimes an adversary, sometimes an ally. C, biker brawl guy.
Or D, Robert Long, which is Monica's brother, who also perished in the pilot. Biker Brawl guy, Mo.
I'm gonna go
Garrett,
see
you're saying-
Biker Brawl guy.
Biker Brawl guy is the final answer.
I'll fucking sue you!
I'm going to ruin you. I'm going to ruin your whole effed up family. Jamie, Malcolm Beck, Dan Jenkins, or Caroline.
I think it's got to be Malcolm Beck.
I would say so.
It could be Dan Jenkins, but I think it's
So
Malcolm
if
Beck.
I were the one that was taking the guess, clearly I would say Dan Jenkins.
I'm gonna say Dan
Absolutely.
Jenkins.
And if it was me taking the guess, then I would be correct.
No!
He had to be one of them.
I'm gonna ruin you and your entire fucked up family.
They're trying to whisper the answers to me from off camera,
Don't you have an earwig in?
but I'm too stupid. Yeah, I do, but I'm taking it out for this one.
Think you're up for this fight, Beth? You have no idea how wrong you are. Options are Malcolm Beck, Willa, Rourke, or Walker.
Well, that's Rourke.
I think it's Rourke as well.
Right, it is. I thought she said Willow, and I was like, Willow Smith was never in.
Willow Smith.
Yeah.
The famous Dutton adversary, Willow Smith.
Willow Smith, yeah.
And her brother, Jaden.
Correct, it is Rourke.
I think you're up for this fight, Beth. You have no idea how wrong you are.